Hey everyone, and welcome. We're about to do something a little different today. We're actually going to boost our Indonesian language skills by looking at a really specific and important text, the 12th verse of Surah An-Nisa from the Quran. So yeah, let's just dive right in.
A huge welcome, especially to all of you who are here to learn and practice your bahasa Indonesia. Seriously, if you are looking for a totally different way to learn, you are definitely in the right spot.
So you might be thinking, how is this going to work? Right? How can a text about something as complex as inheritance rules actually help you master a new language? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. We're connecting culture, faith, and language literally one word at a time.
Okay, so before we can even think about understanding the rules, we've got to get the vocabulary down. We're going to break down 4 key Indonesian words that are, the building blocks for this whole verse. So let's get started.
All right, first up is the word warisan. Go ahead, give it a try. Warisan. It means inheritance. Simple enough, right? It's all the property and assets someone leaves behind. So, for example, if you hear the phrase harta warisan, you'll know they're talking about the inheritance property. Okay, next we've got wasiat. Say it with me. Wasiat. This one means a will or a bequest. And trust me, this document is a huge deal because it lays out exactly what the person wanted. We're going to see just how crucial it is in a little bit.
Our third word for today is utang. Let's hear it. Utang. It just means debt. And this is super important. Any money the person owed is an absolute top priority. You'll hear this in conversation too. Someone might say, dia punya utang, which just means he has a debt.
And the last of our 4 core words is anak. You might have heard this one before. Anak. It means child. Now, what's so cool about this is how this one little word, whether or not there's an anak, is basically the master key that unlocks every single rule we're about to go through.
All right, now that we've got our vocabulary down, we can finally tackle the first set of rules here. This part is all about what a husband and wife inherit from each other. And guess what? It all comes down to that one word we just learned, anak. So let's start with the husband's share, or as you'd say in Indonesian, bagian suami. It's pretty straightforward. It all boils down to one question. Does the wife have a child? If she doesn't, tidak punya anak. He gets a full half. But if she does have a child, punya anak, his share drops to 1/4. It's amazing, right? How much changes because of that one word, anak?
Okay, now let's flip the script and look at the wife's share, or bagian istri. The logic here is exactly the same. It's just the numbers that change. So if her husband has no child, again, tidak punya anak, she gets 1/4. But if he does have a child, punya anak, her share then becomes 1/8.
Okay, moving on from spouses. The verse also covers a really specific situation that involves siblings. It only applies in a case that has a special name in Islamic law, and that name is kalala.
So what exactly is kalala? Well, a person is considered kalala when they pass away and they don't have any children. And they also don't have any living parents, so no descendants and no ascendants. When that specific situation happens, it triggers a whole different set of rules for their siblings.
So, in this very specific kalala situation, if the person who passed away had just one brother or sister, that sibling gets a 1/6 share. But here's the interesting part. If there are 2 or more siblings, they don't each get 1/6. No. Instead, they all have to share 1/3 of the inheritance, splitting it equally between them.
Now hold on.
Before we get too caught up in all these fractions, 1/2, 1/4, 1/6, there is a golden rule, an absolutely non-negotiable rule that the verse lays out. And this condition has to be met before any of that inheritance money gets handed out. So here's the deal. It's all about the sequence. Step 1, you have to fulfill the person's will, or penuhi wasiat. Step 2, you have to pay off all of their outstanding debts, bayar utang. It's only after those two things are completely taken care of that you can finally move to step 3, distributing the inheritance, or bagi warisan. It's a really clear system of priorities, isn't it?
So as we start to bring this all together, it's really important to get the context here. These rules, they're not just, helpful suggestions. They are laid out as a complete system designed for fairness and for order.
Okay, let's do a quick recap and put it all in one spot. As you can see right here, pretty much everything hinges on whether there's a child. That's what changes the shares for the husband and wife. And then, of course, you have that special kalala case just for siblings. It's a really precise system when you see it all laid out like this, isn't it?
And the verse itself wraps up with this really powerful statement. It says, "Itulah ketetapan dari Allah dan Allah Maha Mengetahui lagi Maha Penyantun," which translates to, "That is the decree of Allah, and Allah is all-knowing, all-forbearing." This really frames the whole system, not as some human idea, but as a divine law, designed for justice.
And that's a wrap for this explainer. It's pretty amazing to see how just a few key words can totally unlock the logic of a whole complex system. Thank you so much for joining me on this. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What other big, complex ideas could we simplify if we just took the time to learn the right words first?
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.